your nails look cute.
They're all broken.
I know, but the color's nice.
Thank you.
How are yours holding up from your manicure? So pretty.
Gorge.
They are gorge. I was telling Jame I'm so excited for my salmon sperm facial.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
It's the best.
Load me up. And she's going to blast me this time, apparently.
Yes, she is.
I know, and they're like, what do you, like, how? And
How
I'm like,
hardcore do you want it to be?
obviously as hard as you can.
Peel
Duh.
my skin off.
Literally that. And with massage too, they're like, tell me if it's too much pressure. I'm like, it's never too much.
Like, unless you hear the table snapping, it's
Yes.
harder.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember when I dated that guy and we went at Christmas time to the Fairmont and we went and I had booked us massages and I didn't care because I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. And then it was a guy.
Oh, he refused to go.
He refused to go in because he found that it was a guy masseuse. And I was like, what is wrong with you?
They're professionals. And also, like,
You think
Weird.
that they're in there just getting their jollies?
yeah,
Like,
no.
no.
I know. I agree. I'm like, this is odd.
Men are creepy because men are.
True.
No.
Men are like, ew, men are gross.
Literally.
And
Also
women
not-
are like, trash.
Yeah. But then they're like, also not all men. But like all men are disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, so which is it? I agree.
Men.
Men. The theme of today's podcast, men cue eye roll.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to A Court of Books and Babes.
A podcast where two best friends review, react to, and rate our, and soon to be your, favorite fantasy books.
We have made progress. I have made progress. Specifically, I have finished Blood and Ash book 6.
Crazy. You were messaging me about this today, but bring everybody up to speed.
Yes. Spoilers alert.
Oh, yes. Yes. For those of you that don't know, we name a book, we're spoiling it.
Yes.
Mm.
I finished it.
Okay.
The last 200 pages were good.
Okay. Was it like an SJM? Like, wow, wow, wow.
Yes. But also, I feel like there was not really a resolution to any of their problems,
Huh.
which was like, okay. I don't know. I will for sure read the next one.
She gotcha. Hey.
Yeah.
Hooked you.
But I was just like, seriously? I don't know. It did not need to be 1,000 pages and introduce like 10 new characters.
Yeah.
That was like, I struggled with that. The one character played like a pretty pivotal role. So I'm like, okay, he makes sense. And then maybe two others. I'm like, okay,
But the rest, no.
no.
Ugh.
So maybe in the next book they will? I don't know.
Oh.
I like Castile.
You said you were struggling, that he's a bit RHYSAND a la Silver Flames.
Yeah, but something happens. And anyways, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was interesting the way things ended. So I am curious to see what the next book will hold.
And is this supposed to be the last one in the series?
I don't know. Every series I've read lately, I'm like, oh yeah, it's only this many books. And then they're like, just kidding.
Yes. Every time you tell me, you're like, it's 2. And then you're like, it's 3.
Wolf King.
Yeah.
Anathema 3. Wolf King
Okay.
3. This one, I thought 6 was the last. And it's 7.
7. And there's,
I don't know if there's even more after that. Who
and
knows?
there's all those offshoots.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so frustrated with this series. I might not read the
I have
offshoots
a
now.
friend who liked at least one of them, but I just am like, I don't know. I'm more invested in other stuff right now, but I don't know if I would want to like invest the time.
Yeah. I want to explore some other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did start
I was gonna
Alchemized.
say.
I'm only 20 pages in, but I think it will be good. The prologue was like very good. And I was like, oh no, I feel like this is going to be sad.
Oh, really? Female or male POV?
Female.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Do we know if it's like wolves or fae or witches or we don't know?
I think I don't think wolf, but I think a little bit of kind of the magical,
Hodgepodge?
yes. Witches, probably. Fairies. I don't know, maybe.
A little sprinkling.
Like magic, obviously.
Obviously.
But yeah, I think it will be good.
I'm excited. Okay, and this one is 2 books.
No, one apparently.
Are
I
you
think it's like
sure?
a one and done.
We've heard this before.
I know, but I actually think it is. I think it is.
Okay, I'm excited. And how many pages? It looked like big, but
Like
not
1,000.
huge. Oh, 1,000. Okay.
I think so.
I feel like my scale for what is a large book, since having started on my romantasy journey, has so drastically changed.
Like 1,000 is big.
Right? Like I used to
500, 600. You're like, oh.
Yeah, totally. That's exciting. Okay, Alchemized. I feel like there was another one you had on the go. No? No,
No.
next for you is Brimstone after that. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Ascended.
Right.
But then I may read at the same time Twice by Mitch Albom.
No, not a romantasy, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Palette Cleanser.
Yeah.
I might read it at the same time as Alchemized. But his books are always like, I love them because they're like so heartfelt and beautiful, but easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
And usually quite short,
yes.
like kind of 300 pages.
Right. Well, I burned through that in an afternoon.
So I think I'll do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like Midnight Library.
You like that a lot. You talk about that quite a bit.
And I think I will like Twice a lot as well. So yeah, we'll see.
Very nice. We'll see. That's awesome. I understand that whole like wanting to, like you said, palette cleanser. I've been feeling that way. Like I'm still really loving romantasy, but like I said, I have a couple other books that are not in the genre that I'm excited to also dive into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're reading Brimstone.
I am. I made a little bit more. So I'm actually doing it on audiobook, which is very not on brand for me, but it's because I was also reading at the same time Eldritch, I don't know. And I can't like physically read 2 books at the same time for whatever reason. Like if I'm going to read one, I have to like listen to the other. So I made more progress with Brimstone audiobook wise. The problem is I listen to it and it's at nighttime and so I fall asleep. So then the next day I have to wake up and be like, how much progress did I make before I fell unconscious? I'm liking it. Like people have been very critical of it. And I don't know if it's because of the audiobook. Like I'm curious if I had read it, if I wouldn't be enjoying it as much.
Well, I'll read. I'm reading a hard copy, so we can compare notes.
I am really liking it. Like actually, yeah.
But you love Quicksilver too.
I did quite like Quicksilver. Like not as much as I would say any of the like SJMs, but in terms of like the other books we had read in the genre, I was like, ooh, Quicksilver was quite good. I really liked it. And I like Kingfisher quite a bit. And this one has his POV as well, which is which is good.
The Netflix show is greenlit. I read about it in the Calgary Herald.
Crazy. So do they have a cast yet or no?
No.
Which series?
Quicksilver. I didn't know if it's going to be movies or a TV show. I didn't read the article fully, if I'm being honest. I was just like, what?
Headline
and then I was like,
lead.
well.
Oh my God. I gotta, thanks TikTok brain.
Yeah, exactly. So
that is crazy. How did that get, I'm just saying like,
versus all the others.
Like I like Quicksilver and I get that Brimstone was like one of the most hotly anticipated books of the year, but like
I think it's because SJM was greenlit with Hulu and then something happened and it fell apart.
What do you think happened? Like casting?
No, it was something to do with like the show. Is it called the show Runner?
I don't know.
Or like there was creative differences.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if like Callie Hart is just like
a little bit more laissez-faire, maybe. I've seen her get into it on social media with a couple of like
fighting with people.
Yes, like with readers and like stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
like do what you want.
It's like her baby.
That's yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like authors diving into that space, because then like as a reader, I feel like I would feel a bit like I don't know what I can or should say, because like what if the author is like
I mean, I think you can say whatever you want. You just have to be like
okay with the consequences. Yeah. Hey, Mom, or are you going to climb up the back of Mummy's chair again?
I don't. Yeah. Like I think you can kind of give your feedback however you want, but you have to be open to hearing
To
people
someone
not
being
like
like,
it.
"Oh, I did not appreciate that." Yeah, there were a few times that she was like, "I don't think I said it just like that," or something. And I'm like, "Woo,
Okay, never mind.
she's spicy."
I mean, we haven't had luckily, any like bad feedback on our feedback. So that's good.
Yeah. Speaking of, we were so clever when we released last episode on Christmas Eve. So if you're seeing this in your feeds and you're like, wait, wasn't there another episode that came out and you missed it? It's probably because you were drunk on rum and eggnog. There is another episode released on Christmas Eve. So if you missed it, go check it out.
Yep. Good call. What else are you reading? Anything?
Oh, Crescent City.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Where am I going to fit that in? After Brimstone. Maybe I'll read that before Ascended.
Oh my God. I'm so excited because we're actually going to talk about it today. There's a moment in my section, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I feel like it harkens to a crossover in one of my theories. And I'm just dying for someone to talk about it with. And there's a few people I know who've read Crescent City, but I haven't seen them yet. And anyways, I'm very excited. So on that note, shall we?
Yes. Let's get going.
It is time to talk lore, lust, and loose morals as we unpack adventures, escape to new worlds, and of course, swoon over our best book boyfriends.
Babes, limber up and clear your schedules because we're covering chapters 32 through 37 of A Court of Mist and Fury. This is your official spoiler siren. We're pulling receipts from the entire ACOTAR series with appearances from Crescent City, as Jessica just said, and Throne of Glass, because subtlety has never been our strength. If you're not fully caught up, this is your sign to step away, skip your sleep schedule, and step back into our court when you're ready to flirt with danger, darling.
Ooh la la. This podcast has all of our favorite R words: romance, racy, risque, and of course,
RHYSAND.
as such, it is rated R. Listen accordingly.
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines,
where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't,
and dig past the dialogue so you don't miss the magic, motives, or mistakes.
Let's get into it.
Oh, it's me.
I'm
I'm like, yes, let's. Chapter 32. Feyre starts this chapter feeling herself, and honestly, we love that journey for her. She emerges from a full morning of Glam Squad attention, absolutely glowing, wind gently lifting her dress like she's got a built-in fan, a very elite Fey perk. She clocks herself as Reese's pet, a bloodhound disguised as a lapdog, which sounds degrading until you realize this girl is sharp, observant, and very aware that she's playing a role. The lilac dress embroidered with silver, night-blooming flowers doesn't hiss like the cursed Springport wedding monstrosity.
It's not sentient.
Well, it does sigh. The difference matters. This Feyre isn't suffocating in, she's breathing. So when Rhys doesn't immediately acknowledge her, our girl is disappointed.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, do you see me? Quietly, internally, absolutely not admitting it, but the disappointment is there, lingering like unfinished business. Amryn, patron saint of chaos and truth bombs, notes that Rhys is pissy this morning, and we learned something. RHYSAND is a sore loser. Shocking? No. Relatable? Yes. Painfully so. This mood follows them straight into Adriata, the summer court's dazzling city, all white stone and sea light, shimmering wealth and openness. Enter Tarquin, Cressida, and Varian. Radiant, powerful, and giving strong House of Valerian energy from Game of Thrones.
The white hair and the beautiful dark skin.
Yes.
And like that. Yes.
And also they're like sea people, not sea people, but like so much of the summer court is around like, I'll get into it a bit later, like their Armada and the ocean and the colors, like the sea foam and sea mist and like all of these
Even
things.
Tarquin's like mental shield is like a wave of water.
Yeah. So I thought she was like, did she pull a little bit from not Game of Thrones, sorry. It was House of Dragon. But like so many similarities and like the piercing blue eyes.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting. You're totally right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, question. What is Rhys pissed about? What did he lose?
He lost cards to Azriel and Caspian. He mad.
I am also a bad loser. So
Same.
I get that, Rhys.
Again, board games specifically. Board games,
Mhm.
cards, because I'm terrible a card player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody likes losing.
And if they do, they're lying, and it's because they lose frequently.
Yes. They're like, oh, I'm fine with losing. I just want to have fun. I'm like,
You're just used to it.
you like participation ribbons too, I'm sure. So with their pale hair, deep skin, and brilliant colored eyes, which we talked about, Feyre clocks something unsettling when she meets Tarquin. Not from under the mountain. She remembers something older and deeper. Her body remembers him in a way her mind can't fully explain yet. Quote, I remember, I remember, I remember. We are one and the same, you and I. I don't know what this is, but it's power recognizing power long before Feyre's ready to name it. But like, I don't know, like, because she says specifically, like, it's not that I remembered him from under the mountain, because she did, but like, it was more like a visceral feeling in her body.
That drop of his power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it's his power, right?
Calling
Yeah.
to him. But then why doesn't she feel that with Tamlin?
Exactly. Well, we talk about how she feels about Tamlin's power a bit later.
Oh, okay. Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. The summer court is clearly sussing out the night court's intentions, and Rhys introduces Amren, who immediately steals the scene by noting that she finds Tarquin far better looking than the previous High Lord.
Does she just straight say that?
Yes. But and then she like offers her condolences because the other one is dead. But she's like, oh, thank God you're better looking than the other one. And then she's like, also, I'm sorry for your loss. Like, I know. Equal parts menace and manners. Feyre reflects sharply on the role they're playing here. Quote, wicked, cruel. That's what Amren and Rhys were. What I was supposed to be to these people. It's performance layered over truth, masks stacked atop sacrifice. And then, because Rhys cannot help himself, there's flirting, specifically aimed at Feyre's breasts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Feyre, never one to let that slide, bites back, quote, here I was thinking you had a fascination with my mouth. The reaction is immediate. Quote, delighted surprise lit Rhys's eyes, there and gone in a heartbeat. Equal footing, matching energy, we adore. He describes them as like two juicy apples.
I was going to say it's apples, right?
Which is like,
it's a handful, but it's not enormous.
no.
Yeah.
Perky, firm.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
and he's so happy. He's like, she's playing with me.
yeah. Also, I think he's like,
Yes, of course.
Feyre notices Varian's intense focus on Amren and assumes it's because he senses her as a threat. Please, we know better.
Senses a couple of things.
Yeah, that man is already gone. Meanwhile, Rhys asks if anything was stolen during Amaranta's reign, and Tarquin answers with quiet gravity, quote, not the most important things, thank the mother. There's weight there, loss acknowledged, resilience intact. As they head to dinner on the pleasure boat, which, okay, it makes it sound like it's a brothel, like floating. They call it a pleasure barge. And I'm like, what is, like, why? I don't know. It seems like a brothel on water.
It's been a minute since I've read this. Is it just like people having sex everywhere?
No, it's not. It's literally like a river cruise boat. But the way she describes it as a pleasure barge is like makes it sound like it's a brothel. No, they just go to have dinner and like enjoy themselves with like other people.
I wonder, is that a term? Like pleasure boat? Like is it like a pleasure
A
cruiser?
barge.
Yeah.
I have never come across this term.
We need more friends with boats. So, you know, we can be more familiar with this language.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're so inclined.
Yeah, exactly.
I can make room in my schedule.
So it was like, I kind of was like, this is a weird name for this because they're just going for dinner. But anyways, Tarquin asks Feyre about being mortal in the human lands. He says something that lands and is familiar. Quote, you are a pearl. We will absolutely be unpacking that later. There are several instances, and I don't know if it's because if she wears pearls a lot in these chapters because she's in the summer court and it has to do with like water and ocean, like we just said, or if it has to do like what we talked about with the engagement ring.
Right.
So,
I was like, why did we last talk pearls?
Stay tuned.
Ring.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
The conversation darkens towards Highburn and then twists again when Cressida suggests another war might come. This one because Tamlin lost his bride to the Night Court. Cressida is a shit disturber.
Yeah, she totally is.
She's like, ooh, pot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she... So her words are sharp and chilling, quote, to return her to her master as the law demands.
Her master.
Feyre immediately rejects the premise. She has no master, and good for her. Though, babes, the idea that Tamlin will simply respect her choice to leave is optimistic at best, I would say.
We're dreaming.
This is the same male who is irrational, rage-prone, and pathologically possessive. Love her, but Feyre is a little delulu here.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that she's like, he'll respect my decision. I wrote him the letter. And you're like...
Meanwhile, single-handedly tearing the Spring Court apart.
Yeah. I don't know. Here, I'm just like, is it because she still wants to believe the best in him?
So, yeah.
It's just like, girl.
Yeah. When people
this
show
does
you
not
who they
track.
are,
Believe them. Also, I think Feyre should take heed given they are likely more familiar with Tam Tam than Feyre. So, like, the Summer Court would have had more interactions with Tamlin than Feyre ever has, considering she lived there for like a year.
Everyone has had more interactions with
and
them.
so I feel like if they're like, he would probably go to war over you, she should be like concerned.
Okay.
Yeah, not just be like, it's fine.
I know. When we did the math on how long she had known him and then was like, okay, we're getting married.
It was under a year.
Yeah, it was jarring.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm a bit like, Feyre, think again. Tarquin's response to Cressida's insinuations, however, is measured, respectful. It suggests a deep understanding of what Rhys sacrificed under the mountain and what Feyre endured. So Tarquin he's good at politics too, even though he says he's like young and untested.
So naive, which he
is a little bit in that Feyre kind of gets under his skin in these chapters. But he's also like very clever, and I like him very much because he's also very kind.
He's a dreamer.
Yeah. And we did talk about that last episode, but more in these chapters even. I like him. Like I would like to get more of him, but also there's a reason why I think we won't. Okay. As the chapter closes, Feyre feels it through the bond. That quiet, intimate validation, quote, and through the bond between us, I felt RHYSAND's flicker of approval. Not loud, not performative, just there, seen. So like the way she's acting, he's like,
get
approved,
girl.
seal of approval for now.
Yeah, right.
Chapter 33. At the start of the chapter, Feyre and Rhys circle each other in that dangerous, delicious way that's starting to feel like their default. Rhys admits, almost begrudgingly, that he likes Tarquin, which of course makes stealing from him infinitely worse.
Right.
He needles Feyre about her easy charm, her smiles, her very noticeable flirting. The teasing slides seamlessly into strategy. Be careful, don't get caught, don't fracture the Summer Court's trust. So at the beginning, when they get into it a little bit more, but Rhys is like, I don't know, like he's concerned about his relationship with the Summer Court. And like, yes, he wants allies, but I don't know. There's something about the Summer Court specifically where he's like, I like this guy. And like,
he likes Tarquin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Rhys like ever admits outside of his court and like Draken and
Miriam,
like he doesn't really like anyone else.
Is it Callias, the Winter Court High Lord?
I thought Helion maybe.
Oh yeah, and Helion. Like he and Helion, I feel like pals because they kind of do the same thing. They kind of have like a face, and then behind the scenes,
they're also both like uber dreamy and like fuckboys. For
all
sure.
of them. But then Callias, I'm remembering right from ACOTAR. I was gonna ask Allie, but have you made any progress?
That's it. Fired.
Give me the book back.
Fired.
Kendall's gonna need it soon.
I'm moving.
For the past 2 months.
That's right.
False.
Yeah.
False.
There's like he talks about how I believe he and Callias, I think is his name, were friends, but then with how the Winter Court lost all of those children, those like young fae under the mountain. That was like very damaging to their relationship because Callie is still doesn't understand. Like he thinks Rhysand played a
was
role.
bad. Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think he has a couple of like of the High Lords that he's kind of pally with, but I think mostly it's Helion.
Yeah.
So for him to meet Tarquin and be like, I like this guy, like we share morals, and I'm also I'm gonna fuck him over.
Yeah, it feels
Icky.
icky. Yeah. Rhys bracing a hand on either side of Feyre, gripping the dresser, and Feyre refuses to shrink away. She pushes back, taunting him about simply betting Tarquin to get what they need. And suddenly they're both standing in the wreckage of that suggestion. Rhys's response is steady, honest, and quietly incendiary. She can do what she wants. It's always her choice. These two, and they're like, fine, sleep with this person.
Yeah.
Fine, sleep with that. Fine, I will. Good. I'm like, you two, get it together.
It's a game of sexual chicken. They're like,
Yes.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like, this is, you know, as I'm reading it, everyone knows they end up together, but like, it does create tension, but at some point I'm a bit like,
Just do it.
yeah,
I wonder, like, did you feel that way on a first read?
no.
No. So I think it's because we know. So we're like, come on, you're meant for
And
each
she
other.
does speed it up. It's like, we're only a mere 20 chapters away.
Merely. Okay, are we close to when they go under the mountain and they are thrown?
Next episode. I have those chapters.
Of course you do, because there's licking involved.
Oh, dirty bird. Where was I now? Oh, dear.
Talking about the licking distracted you too much.
It did.
You're
yes.
all unbothered.
Right, that. Sir, that is playing with fire, or apparently water, when he asks her to light a candle and she instead summons water. Feyre feels the scope of herself snap into focus, quote, no one was my master, but I might be master of everything. If I wish, if I dared. Power, possibility, danger, all swirling together. I know.
This is her Slytherin.
Yes.
The ambition.
This and the beginning of the next book.
Yeah.
That is Slytherin 101. I actually, people feel mixed about her being so vengeful, but I am like here for it 100%.
And
I love those chapters.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get there. Okay. And then she lets thought slip out, raw, unguarded. Will he go to war over me? Rhys's answer, I don't know. Feyre, martyr to her bones, offers to go back if it comes to that. She can't bear more blood on her hands or conscience. And that's when Rhys delivers the truth she's been skirting around. His voice deadly calm, quote, he locked you up because he knew, the bastard knew what a treasure you are, that you are worth more than land or gold or jewels. He knew, and he wanted to keep you all to himself. The words land hard, even as they soothe something broken in her soul. He does love me, Rhysand. And Rhys corrects her with calm clarity. The issue isn't whether he loved you, it's how much. Too much love can be poison, and then he was gone. I feel like Rhys is just like the past episodes the past chapters that I've done. He just like says something and then he's like,
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Smoke bomb cape.
Yes. Yeah. Like a vampire cartoon.
Yes. Yeah. Gone. Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway.
That is such a. Someone once said like anything in too much is toxic. Like water in too much is toxic. Oxygen. Too much oxygen can be toxic. Like, and it's so true. And I feel like, if you're in a relationship, you can often be like, yeah, but they love me. And
right.
like that
to justify the bad actions or poor behavior. Yeah. You are correct. Feyre, standing in the aftermath, drenched in truth and power and the terrifying realization that love, real love, should never feel like a cage. The part in this chapter where he like pins her against the dresser, I'm like, sir, stop.
Whenever they're described as like a hand on either side.
That happens in Fourth Wing too.
Oh, it happens in every romantasy book ever. And every time I fall for it, like it's the very first.
Do it. Do it.
What happens next?
Although there is like so much buildup, and like when it happens in Fourth Wing, they get it out.
Yeah.
But here they don't. Interesting. On the way to dinner on the pleasure barge, which the summer court glow really starts working its magic on Feyre and on us. Adriata is all salt-kissed air, music drifting over the water, laughter spilling from open balconies. It's vibrant, alive, and in a way that immediately unsettles Feyre, because this High Lord is young, untested, hopeful, which inconveniently makes what she and Rhysand are planning feel not great.
A bit distasteful.
The guilt is already tapping her on the shoulder. Feyre is like, I feel like so often she feels bad for everything. Like she feels bad a lot. And I know I just talked about how vengeful she is in book 3. But she does, like, she personalizes everything.
Right.
Like she's not just like, she knows it's for the greater good, but it talks about several times in these 3 chapters how guilty she feels, how bad she feels, like how he's a good person. And I don't know. She feels very conflicted here.
I think she has like a very, very unbending moral code. And we kind of talked about like how like Tamlin had that hierarchy within his moral code. And I think she does not. Like she has this strict sort of like there's right and there's wrong. And I think like it's very difficult for her to be like, ooh, like should the ends justify the means and blah, blah, blah. But I think especially over this book, and then obviously as we get into book 3, as her like Slytherin comes out a little bit more, she's like, we can dabble in the gray.
Or the black. She's pretty awful. I mean, not awful. I love her. But like some of the things she does are pretty brutal.
You know what? Yeah, like I would say actually she's black and white. Like she either is like, this is right and this is wrong. Or she's like, I love you or I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah, she's a black and white thinker.
Oh, that's true. Rhys, meanwhile, is in full charming menace mode. Beautiful, polite, and absolutely unreadable. Feyre watches how he moves and acts with Cressida at dinner, how carefully he balances warmth with emotional distance, and she realizes just how intentional everything he does is. This isn't arrogance. Well, maybe just a little. I mean, he knows how he affects the what is it? The something sex?
The fair sex.
Yes.
It reminds me of that line from The Office where he's like, I am aware of the effect that I have on women.
Yeah. Rhys also. But it's control, and it's starting to mirror something inside her too. She's no longer shrinking into corners or waiting to be told where to stand. She's observing, calculating, and learning how her power works when it doesn't need to shout. And so, I mean, Feyre, we only see her really flirting with Rhysand, and then she flirts with Tarquin. Like, she never really flirts with Tamlin. Ever. Like, playfully. Like, she's all over him, and, like, she shows that she's interested in him. But it's not, like, this kind of, like, witty back and forth.
Yeah, like flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tamlin's
agree.
just such a dink. That's why. But truly, she doesn't.
Yeah. No.
Like, the spring court is no fun. Period. As Feyre lets herself be swept into the rhythm of the summer court, she notices how Rhys doesn't watch her. Not possessive, not territorial. He is aware, but there's trust there. Space. He doesn't cage or hover over her. He lets her exist, and that freedom is intoxicating to Feyre. In this moment, it also pisses her off a little bit.
That he's like letting her flirt.
And like she wants him to know that she sees him flirting with Cressida, and she's a bit like like because she looks nice, but she doesn't even. Well, I talk about it here. On the way, as they're in dinner, Feyre clocks something sharp and unexpected. Rhys barely looks at her while he's busy entertaining Cressida. And yes, she notices because our girl, again, is feeling for the first time in a long time pretty. And she says so to herself.
Right.
Her hair arranged with a rose gold band, a flowing dust pink gown femininity fully unlocked, and importantly, she feels safe in it. Safe enough to admit that she likes feeling pretty because here, quote, being those things won't earn me a ticket to a life of party planning. Here, I could be soft and lovely at sunset and awaken in the morning to slide into Illyrian fighting leathers. That duality, that's the night court's difference. Still, she is stung by his like kind of unaffected
Right.
like attitude
Do what you
towards
want.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Feyre pivots, steering the conversation toward the summer court's dazzling jewels, referencing Tarquin's crown, but asking Tarquin whether they've always valued treasure so highly, which opens the door to the mortal lands and their obsession with money. Feyre offers a trimmed-down version of her family's story, how wealth returned and suddenly so did the friends who once turned them away. Tarquin listens, earnest, idealistic, and hopeful for equality in Prythian in the future. So they start talking about how, like, in the mortal lands, money's everything. Those who have it are doing well and are, you know, I don't know what you would call it, like,
they're like in the upper echelon of society.
And then he compares it to the lesser fairies and like the high fae of Prythian, which I mean, I don't know if the lesser fairies, like we don't get a really good description or that I remember, like how their social kind of caste system works. Like I know they're like they can't do as much magic and like all these things, but like are they living in poverty? Like I don't think so. Are they starving? Like is there like homeless fae? Like do you know what I mean? Like because Feyre was like they were almost homeless.
Yeah, like how are they being like ostracized from society?
And I think it's just because they don't have as much magic, but like I mean I guess like with the tithe we understand like some people can't afford it
and all of those who rule are high fae. Like the high lords are all high fae.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something there.
Well, and he also talks about how like it's in the title, lesser fairies and high fae, and they get into it a little bit there.
Language matters.
Yes. And Feyre feels a connection with him and his values, which is why she tells him with unsettling certainty, I'm thinking how it would be very easy to love you and easier to call you my friend. Feyre, please. This is how people get emotionally devastated. And yet, she doubles down internally, Tamlin style, reminding herself that she will still steal from Tarquin because the greater good demands it.
Right.
I mean, Tarquin, so, okay, in my mind, this is why he doesn't get more, because he's so, like, green flag everything. Like, he's a bit
golden retriever. Himbo.
Meh.
Yeah. Like, boring. Yeah.
So he doesn't have like morally gray behaviors, which of course on this podcast we do not condone. Yeah, so this was just interesting and like I agree with her. It would be easy to love Tarquin because he is very like
kind, likable, handsome,
charming,
yeah,
but like in a more bland way. Tarquin's kindness keeps pressing against Feyre's conscience. She recognizes something archingly familiar in Tarquin, a ruler trying to rebuild after devastation, trying to do better than those that came before him. It's impossible not to draw comparisons to Tamlin, to Rhys, to the versions of leadership Feyre has witnessed so far. And in that comparison, something crystallizes. Power doesn't have to be cruel. Authority doesn't have to mean control. And I think she thinks about this as it relates to RHYSAND a bit more, like how his people aren't scared of him and, you know, how his dad was awful and RHYSAND like wants to be better and do something different than how his dad ruled. So, and I mean, Tamlin is, of course, the opposite of all those things. He is horrible.
Institutes the tithe within 3 months.
And correct me if we talked about this already, but the tithe is supposed to be in every court? Or is that
no? Rhys doesn't have a tithe,
right?
Yes,
but like when they talk about it, don't they say it happens in every court or no?
Like when it's happening in the spring court?
Yeah,
I don't remember, to be honest. But I know that Amren specifically says there is no tithe in the night court. There's like a tax on like I think goods and services and things. It goes.
They pay
like,
GST,
right? Totally. But there isn't like a tithe.
Okay. Not a minute later, jealousy rears its messy little head as she watches Cressida practically eat out of RHYSAND's hand.
Ooh.
He's all feline charm, cunning, sleek, effortless, and Feyre realizes the ache isn't about possession so much as desire. He's never tried to seduce her, she thinks to herself, and quote, I wanted it. Girl, you and everybody else.
Cards on the table now, Farrah.
Yeah, like she talks about in this moment wanting him.
Interesting.
Or like to be desired. And especially because she's felt alone for so long.
Right.
Like under the mountain, she felt alone. When she went back to the spring court, she felt alone. So timeline it, call it like the last 6 months-ish.
Yeah.
She's felt like terribly alone. And,
her whole life. We talked about like.
yeah. Well, then, of course. Yeah. Before that, with her like family making her go out and hunt. So,
And all she had was little Isaac Hale.
Oh, boy. Poor Isaac. When Rhys leans in to whisper to Cressida, what hits Feyre isn't terror or despair. It's something quieter and sadder, unhappiness. She excuses herself, needing time alone, and as she stands alone, she catches a glimpse of Amren and Varian absolutely canoodling. Not in like a kissy way, but they're like standing across from each other, just like chitty-chatting.
Ooh.
I know. Amren brought as a distraction. Oh, babes, you have no idea how effective she is. And as the barge draws back to shore, the realization settles in like a bruise. Quote, I didn't realize I'd be waiting for him until the barge docked at the base of the island city. And I'd somehow spent the entire final hour alone. Worse still, Rhysand and Cressida are nowhere to be seen.
Ooh.
So this is also where she first admits, like, shit, I was waiting for him. Like, I thought he would come to me noticing that I'm not there.
I was upset. Yeah.
And he does not.
And he doesn't.
That fucker. That fucker. And just like that, the summer court has shown her a future that could exist. One built on trust instead of fear. And that realization quietly raises the stakes. Because once you know there's another way to live, another way to rule, and another way to love, you can't unknow it. And Feyre is done pretending she doesn't want to see it. So I feel like this chapter for Feyre really kind of, in her mind, she admitted to herself that she wants
Rhys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, is this the first time that she's been like, oh,
like she's talked about like, oh, he's handsome,
right?
Or
but you
this
can look
or
at
that.
Like a man and think he's handsome and not
objectively, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She wants him.
Mm-hmm. She got bad.
Girl got it bad.
The itch. Babes, chapter 34 is where the spiral hits quietly and then all at once. We open with Feyre doing that thing where she pretends she's fine while checking the emotional weather report outside Rhysand's bedroom. Stop. No sounds, no scandal, no summer court hookup echoing through the halls. And she is relieved.
Just like pushed up against the door, like
with a little cup.
Yes.
What do you hear?
Yeah. Charlie Brown parents.
Which she immediately pretends means nothing. Because obviously she does not care.
Yeah, no. Yeah, she just wants to make sure it's like quiet.
She's just aware.
Yeah.
Deeply and painfully aware. She misses Valaris, the warmth, the townhouse, the inner circle's casual chaos. And that realization hits harder than she expected. Because missing a place usually means you belong there.
Right.
And babes, Feyre is already halfway unpacked emotionally, whether she admits it or not.
And it's interesting because she was refusing to call Valaris her home. But I think this is where it starts to be like, that's home.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, I love this part. Because she like kind of thinks about it. And like everyone loves Valaris, obviously. And the townhome specifically. I love the townhome.
I know.
Then comes the realization spiral. Rhys doesn't care. He's just protecting his weapon. Maybe they're friends. Maybe this is nothing. And yet, quote, it had just been a relief to think that for a moment he might have been as lonely as me. Whoa, that lands. Don't worry, Feyre, darling. You're not wrong. You're just early.
Oh, I'm going to say that from now on. Yeah. I love that. I'm not wrong. I'm just early. Wait.
Exactly.
I will put that one out on Andrew.
Just wait, sir.
I'm not wrong. I'm just early.
Get on t-shirts. So she avoids him like a champ. Skips breakfast, takes an aggressively long bath, plays with her powers, making the water shape itself. Soft control, curiosity blooming, until the thought of shape shifting makes her nauseous. Trauma brain says not today. And fair.
Yeah.
So she talks about Tamlin's power, which is shape shifting.
Yeah.
And she feels sick about it. Like she doesn't want to, like, she's like, I know that like sometimes I can feel the claws, but she's like, I don't want to do it. Like she's like, it repulses her.
Crazy.
I know. Interesting.
The trauma is trauma-ing.
Mm-hmm. Once dressed, she meets the others and clocks that she matches Tarquin. Accidental? Absolutely not. Rhys gives her a slow once-over that makes her petty brain snap shut. Quote, I shut him out. Maybe I would send a water dog barking after him later. Let it bite him in the ass. Valid coping strategy, Sarah. Like she's, I don't know. I like how Sarah J Maas kind of like has these like funny ha-has that are like not out of character, but like less serious.
Yeah.
And not just playful flirting, but like, yeah, like let it go bite him in the ass. Like that's like, I don't know.
And she's like, it's a bit irreverent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how she does that. We learned Tarquin and Varian once led the Summer Court Armada, leaders before crowns, which explains why Tarquin carries power like responsibility and not entitlement. Yeah. And like also he became High Lord because it wasn't his dad that died. It wasn't his dad, I don't think. I thought it was like his uncle or something, or like his cousin.
That was High Lord?
I don't know. There was like something weird that I was like, I don't think, because he never says my father, or he always refers to him by a name.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, Allie.
Fact checker.
Google.
The Google.
Okay, so Tarquin became High Lord of the Summer Court in ACOTAR after the tyrannical Emerald that killed the previous High Lord, Maasverse, and his family for rebelling against her rule, leading to Tarquin, then a prince and admiral, inheriting the title as the strongest remaining fate in the court.
Okay, so yeah, it wasn't his family. That's why it was interesting. So like, even with RHYSAND and Tamlin, and I'm assuming the rest of the High Lords, like it was hereditary or like.
But it doesn't always have to be.
Yeah, and so in this case, when she, like, I agree. He doesn't feel entitled to the power. He's like feels responsible because it's been like gifted or bestowed
he wasn't
upon
born
him.
into it.
Which also makes me like him
even
a little bit more. Yeah, agreed. Before Feyre heads off on her castle tour, she feels something against her mental shield. Quote, something brushed against my mental shield, a rumble of something dark, powerful, perhaps a warning to be careful, though it felt an awful lot like a dark, flickering emotion that had haunted me. And in response, Feyre, quote, gave the High Lord of Summer a pretty mindless smile that I had not given to anyone in a long, long time.
Feyre.
Babes, her game is not subtle. And RHYSAND absolutely felt it. He is pissed about this later. Not pissed. He jelly.
He clocks it.
Yeah. Yeah. Enter the room of jewels, second only to the Bat Boys in terms of this babe's dream spaces.
Oof.
Like they talk about it as like just shelves and shelves
like
of
incredible jewelry.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they also stop on this one necklace and it's like 5 massive, they say like the size of robin egg rubies. And I'm like, are those the rubies?
Rubies?
Yeah. Are those the ones he gives to them?
Oh, I wonder. I don't know.
Because they also talk about the blood ruby.
Like
yeah, exactly. So I was like,
maybe.
Did he take apart the necklace? Anywho, side note. She flirts, she asks questions, she plays the role beautifully, but her fondness for Tarquin is real. His smile was soft, as if this position had not yet broken the compassion in him. I hoped it never did.
As she actively plots to like undermine him.
I know.
That happens.
Yeah.
Then her eyes land on a black diamond necklace, and Tarquin offers it to her freely in thanks for what she endured under the mountain. And Q Italics watch, quote, ask it now. Ask him for the book instead. Is that Feyre? Is that Rhys? Is it destiny whispering like a menace? We may never know.
What do you think if she had asked for the book and had been like, hey, I'm going to be honest. Here's the deal. Can we have the book?
I feel like he would have given it to her.
I would have too.
I know. And then it's like this whole kerfuffle.
I know.
But I feel like,
yeah.
yeah, like in this moment, and as I read that line in italics, I'm like, for sure he would have. And is that Reese, or is it her just thinking to herself?
I think it's her thinking to herself, I think.
Can I also say I would love the Duke from Bridgerton to play
Oh,
Tarquin.
yes.
Oh, love him. He'd have contacts in.
What's his name again?
Like Jean.
Renee Jean or something?
Yeah.
But is he feels a bit like he plays that villainous good guy. Do we think he can play just like sweet?
Yes, he's so sweet. The end of Bridgerton. Oh my gosh. I just rewatched.
I just could never. I could only ever do season 1.
What about also the guy from Emily in Paris? Alfie? He is also like delicious yum yum.
Another show I could not get into, but my husband.
Really, the fashion.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the fashion is fun, but I just like could not. You know what? Andrew said as he was watching it, he was like, "This just feels like your life when you were at your previous."
You're like, I'm sorry. Have we?
What?
But he's not totally wrong in terms of like working with these like insane personalities and like lots of money and like, and yeah, like even if I wasn't wearing like couture, like been around a lot of folks that were, and
rude.
like,
How dare they?
yeah, he was like, this kind of reminds me of like, yeah, when you were at your previous employer, and he's like, maybe that's why you didn't like it. And I'm like, honestly, maybe. Like, I loved my previous employer is watching this. I loved my job, but I was also stressed out of my mind. So maybe it wasn't like escapism for me. I was just like, ugh, more of the same.
You're like, oh, this is too close.
This again.
Maybe Andrew. Oh my God, that kills me.
He loves it. Oh, he's on season 2. He wants to chitty chat with you about it because he's like, you should watch it. I want to chat with you about it. And I'm like, I can't get into it. And I'm like, talk with Jamie. He's like, I will.
I'll call Andrew.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, what do you think of Emily in Paris? Tell me what happened. Oh, we didn't even talk. We have to talk about it on Hot Takes Thursday and Thursday, where he's at in Mist and Fury.
Okay.
Because we skipped that. What a mistake. On this tour, Tarquin reveals his own agenda. He wants alignment, communication, and peace. He sees RHYSAND clearly, including the sacrifices made in silence. Quote, sometimes I think RHYSAND. I think he might have been her whore to spare us all from her full attention.
Very perceptive.
So, right. So he is like, he's not a dum-dum.
No.
Like he comes off as naive, and I wonder if that's on purpose.
Right, because he's not a himbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he, in some respects, seems that way.
Right.
But by saying this, you're like, oh, he's no dummy.
He's like a Pisces through and through.
What are Pisces like?
Like very.
Are you a Pisces?
I am. Very, very intuitive.
I think you were Aquarius. Okay, continue.
Aquarius. No, Pisces.
You was a fishy.
It was when I was in. That's rude, Alyssa.
Was it Hotmail?
Yeah. My hot. I know the worst part was that
mine was she's a diva.
Okay, let me. Okay, wait. When you first got Facebook, did you have to use that email to sign into Facebook to create your Facebook account?
No.
I did. And so then I just never updated the email associated with my Facebook. So long after I stopped using Hotmail and moved over to Gmail, every time I had to go log into Facebook, my like 13, 12-year-old self was just haunting me like Pisces Princess _21 at hotmail.com. And I just like, fucking Jessica, goddamn.
Why didn't you switch your email to
I did eventually.
She just loved it so much. She's like, I can't let it go.
Yeah.
That line, chilling and perceptive. He asks about Tamlin, about the night court saving her, and he repeats that it would be easy to love her, easier to be her friend, which somehow makes the guilt worse. No book reveals itself, and the day ends heavy. Feyre returns exhausted and uneasy and finds RHYSAND on her bed. Romantic? Normally, yes. Tonight? Absolutely not. Unfortunately. Accusations lie. Cressida, Tarquin, jealousy on both fronts. Feyre doesn't deny what she said about Tarquin being easy to love, and that's when Rhys breaks open. Fully, honestly, painfully. Quote, I was jealous of that, and that I'm not that sort of person for anyone. The summer court has always been neutral. They only showed backbone during those years under the mountain. I spared Tarquin's life because I heard how he wanted to even out the playing field between high fae and lesser fairies. I've been trying to do that for years, unsuccessfully, but I spared him for that reason alone. And Tarquin, with his neutral court, he will never have to worry about someone walking away because the threat against their life, their children's lives, will always be there. So yes, I was jealous of him because it will always be easy for him, and he will never know what it is like to look up at the night sky and wish. Babes, that is the heart of Rhysand laid bare. The loneliness of leadership, the cost of protection, the ache of wanting softness he doesn't believe he's allowed to have. Feyre sees it, really sees him. And with a jink raised, she offers the line that shattered a fandom, quote, to the people who look to the stars and wish, Rhys. And he answers, sealing it in magic and myth, to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered. I love Misty. I love that quote. And that's chapter 34. Quiet jealousy, loud feelings, soft smiles used like weapons. Two people circling each other, wishing on the same stars and not realizing they've already been hers. It's so good. I love that part.
So good. I agree.
Yeah.
Misty. You are Misty. Well, come on. She needs you.
This book gets me.
There's a reason it's like one of the favorites of the fandom. It's
and that quote specifically.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
I was gonna say people
Abound.
get tattooed all over the
I would never get one, but
because SJM might just flip it on us. So you never know. And then you'd be like those poor people who got Tamlin tattooed.
I mean, if Rhysand turns into Tamlin, I'm going to have some serious issues with the next book.
Yeah, brutal. Chapter 35. 2 days pass, during which Feyre walks the tightrope between curious tourist and magical book bounty hunter. As she explores the city, she notes the scars it bears, broken roads, buildings turned to rubble, punishment doled out for its rebellion. As Feyre approaches the castle, returning from a city hike, she sees Amren cleaning her nails and Varian lurking nearby.
Why is Amren always doing something with her nails?
Yes, so I literally say, I'm like, if Rhysand's tell that like he's trying to hide something or he's putting on a show or
pocket watch
is pocket watch, Amren's is nail watch. So she just sits there like admiring her manicure, and you just know that she's like, I'm about to fuck your shit.
I feel like she has like coffin nails or like pointy ones. They're like Manon from Throne of Glass, like these like talons,
like blood red, or black,
maybe black, because Amarantha's nails were blood red.
Feyre passes the two, ignoring the almost palpable tension, and enters the castle. They're described as like Amren's just like kind of ignoring him, and he's just like Varian's just glowering at her, like as if he wants to like leap at her. And I'm like, yeah, he does. She finds herself on a terrace looking out at the ocean when a small building catches her eye, half submerged in the water, covered in muck and seaweed at the end of a long causeway. And something about this little ocean-tossed shack won't let her go.
I love this part.
Oh, Jane, it's so good.
You got the exciting chapters this time.
It was, well, you get the throne scene next time. So
that's true. And I got the quote.
Yeah, and I'm actually pretty excited to just sit there next time and just be like, if you read this chapter.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I gotta get home. And before she knows it, a plan has formed in her mind. Later at dinner, Varian stares at Amren. Amren debates with Cressida, and Feyre flirts with Tarquin. She has worn the necklace that Tarquin gave her and no other jewelry, a statement in and of itself. Feyre casually proposes that she and Tarquin go for a walk tomorrow morning, Perhaps they could even go and explore that curious building half submerged at the end of the causeway. And the way Cressida stops talking, the way Tarquin glances at her, is all the confirmation she needs. Feyre smoothly pivots, saying, perhaps they should just take the road instead. And as the words leave her lips, a power-laden thought leaves her mind, slipping its way into Tarquin's, past his oceanic mental defenses, and her Daemati powers soothe his fears. Quote, she is harmless. She is kind and sad and broken. You saw her with your people. You saw how she treated them, how she treats you. Amarantha did not break that kindness.
Feyre, you sneaky little snake.
As her thoughts settle into Tarquin, as they become his thoughts, she sees the anxiety in his eyes calm, and Tarquin agrees to a walk on the mainland, asking first if RHYSAND has any other plans for him, to which RHYSAND says, quote, by all means, Tarquin, spend the day with my lady.
His lady.
Right? And she clocks that. She's like, you're a lady.
Hi, lady. Later.
Later. RHYSAND is in her room, complimenting her quick learning, and Feyre feels shame at acknowledging the violation that she has committed. He tells her that had she not invaded Tarquin's mind, they would be in deep shit this time. The benefits outweighed the costs. But for the record, he tells her, it always feels like crossing some horrible boundary. We've talked a lot about how RHYSAND under the mountain is like a big like proponent of like, oh, the ends will justify the means. And that's why he's like, oh, I did all that stuff because in the end it was the right thing. But I would say that this is probably the most that he ever just like comes right out and says it. Like he says like the benefits outweighed the costs. And I think that's, I think he does a lot of that. A lot of like, I'm going to do some kind of sketchy things because in the end I'm going to be right. And so the ends are going to justify the means. And I'd say like 99% of the time he is right. But then there's a handful of times where
Book 5.
Yeah, a miscalculation.
Whenever you say the ends justify the means, I think of The Office. And it's like, sometimes the end justifies the mean. Like, as in like, you have to be mean.
Who said that?
Michael. And he's like, but sometimes the end justifies the mean.
I mean, that's not a bad way to put that.
Every time as you were saying that, I'm just like,
just thinking of Michael Scott. That's what our second Office reference in this podcast.
God bless
Today,
The Office.
Amren joins them. They decide to go tomorrow night to the shack. RHYSAND will fly Feyre and Amren in, then keep watch for the females.
I kind of love that it's like the girls going.
Oh, yeah.
Girls trip.
Yeah, Amber kind of says, she's like, oh, how nice. We'll go and do all the dirty work for you. And he's like, someone has to like keep watch and fight off anybody if they come.
Red mist people if need be.
Yeah, versus Amber's like, ugh, it's so gross. Like she does
Dirty
not want to go in
damn.
there. Yeah. Chapter 36.
I may chip at Nan.
She does more than that. The next day feels like torture for Feyre. The combination of her own guilt over the deception she's now engaged in and her mounting anxiety over the upcoming quest is almost enough to make her puke. She and Tarquin explore the city throughout the day, Tarquin playing the consummate host, while Feyre is the enchanting guest. And enchanted he is. That night, Tarquin kisses her cheek goodnight and tells Feyre he hopes he can visit the night court soon. She bids Tarquin goodnight, changes into her Illyrian leathers, and officially joins the cast of Ocean's 11. Rhys flies her... Oh, thanks. Wrote it myself. Rhys flies her and Amren down, and the two females survey the insides of the unwanted shack. I mean, I don't know that it's one. I also don't believe that's the word I want. It's a shack in the ocean, knee deep in stinking muck. Feyre can feel it, the book, calling her, not in the walls, but to their dismay, beneath the deep mud firmly entrenching their feet.
But
As they claw through the mud, both females are aware of the clock that is now ticking, as the tide will soon begin to make its slow, inexorable creep back towards them. Soon, Amren's hands find a lead door beneath their feet. Quote, lead to keep its full force in, to preserve it. They used to line the sarcophagi. They used to line the sarcophagi of the great rulers with it because they thought they'd one day awaken. If the king of Hybern goes unchecked with that cauldron, they might very well. And then she breaks off with a shudder, saying the door is sealed. Okay.
What will happen?
Just wait. So most of our listeners know, I believe there's going to be a lot more crossover. I think both of us between the various Maasverses. In particular, I am more and more convinced Crescent City and ACOTAR, but I'm not sure if I've also talked about how I believe, at least on the pod, that the Crescent City like final bad boss is going to be the ACOTAR bad boss. And this quote right here is making me insane without giving too much away. The Crescent City big bad boss, like their final boss, has descriptions of being entombed in like these, I think they're lead, but these like tombs that are specially made to like hold them in and like keep their power trapped. And then this, she talks about like the past, what did she say, rulers?
Yeah,
like,
keeping power.
To keep them locked away, and that they might one day awaken. And if this cauldron isn't kept, you know, whatever, it could happen. Oh, I read that and I was like, Jamie, I was like jumping up and down. Like, oh my God, I'm right. Woo!
Just early.
This is my news. I'm not wrong. I'm just early. I love that. I want to get that on a t-shirt. I really do. Feyre lays her hand in the middle of a whirl on the door and she feels a bolt of magic go through her. And then the magic of the door pauses, questioning. And at that, she changes. She channels the sea and ocean breeze and warm sun, her hands changing from female to male, and the door opens.
Yeah.
Feyre shifts back from Tarquin and looks with Amren down a long, dark staircase, and they both feel overwhelming tendrils of power creeping out. They descend.
Yeah, Amren's like, you go first.
They're like, get in the haunted house with Andrew.
Go.
As they get to the bottom, the icy water reaches their chest. This is miserable. Like so, and also the fear of like the tide is coming in. The tide is coming in. The tide is coming in. Like,
drowning is
probably one of the worst ways. Drowning and fire. Like
because drowning, you know you're gonna die.
Yes,
because you're like conscious and you're like,
well. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like that panic of like, because if you're drowning, there's obviously nothing you can do. So you just are like helpless.
Yeah.
And then fire just because of the horrible pain.
Agreed.
As two former lifeguards are like, don't drown. Expert advice. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. It's
right.
bad.
But so like you said though, like as a lifeguard, it's like if I'm drowning, like there's no way I'm like
we're decent swimmers. Like something it's not
something bad has happened and we are not escaping.
Yes. Kate, when we were doing because you were NLS certified much long, like before me. When I was doing you would have done it too. Okay, doing our NLS training. You know how you have to practice like a spinal boarding? Did you have to ever lie on the board or were you okay? Because with our class we didn't all have to take turns lying on the board. It was just like one or two people. And because I was like more petite, they were like, oh, let's pick Jessica. Did you find that terrifying being strapped on that board and then in the water?
No, because they like tossed you in as like a fun game strapped to the board. And I'm like, this is not fun.
It is not fun.
No, I wasn't scared though.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, oh, whatever. Like, and then they strapped me on and then I was in the water and I was like,
I was more afraid of them like dropping the board on land.
Oh, I was afraid of
them. Because it's like, go.
Yes. I was afraid of them dropping it in the water. And I was like, I literally would be stuck. Like you're strapped down.
Yeah, but it's not. You could wiggle your
and there's like, no, you're like, there's one here, one there. I mean, maybe.
Listen, if
they
you,
really
I was
had
on
me
the
in
board
there.
underwater and you can wiggle out. Like, you're not helpless.
It was scary when I was strapped in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still remember that. I was like, and then I was on it and they like get me into the pool and I was like, wait, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
I mean, the one that got me was White Squall. Have you ever watched that movie?
No.
Oh my God. It is like so sad. You'll cry for half
Is
the
it
movie.
a true story? TBD.
Maybe loosely based.
Okay.
Anyways, spoiler alert. Someone drowns, but like they are looking at a person through like a window, but the person that's seeing them can't get to them. And the person like drowns and that is like my nightmare. I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, it was so sad.
Well, we've approached.
And they're like besties.
That's awful.
I know. It's terrible.
On that note, the icy water is at their chests. Slowly, they continue on. No wards, no enchantment stopping them until they come to another door.
Another one.
The power clearly emanating from behind it. Again, Feyre lays her palm on the door, and the magic again questions her, searches her, ransacks her, and once again, it opens. The water that they had slogged through does not spill into the chamber. An enchantment of sorts holds it at bay, and they enter a perfectly dry room. So like the door is open and there's just like this wall of water and they like walk through. The only things in the room are a dais, a pedestal, and a small iron box on top.
What could be in that box?
And then Feyre hears it, a whispered, disembodied voice. Who are you? Who are you? Come closer. Let me smell you. Let me see you. She calls on her magic, soothing it, telling it she is summer, she is water, she is Tarquin, she is its master. And as she grabs the book, Amber nervously telling her to hurry, 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 she hears that ancient voice hiss, liar. And the door slams shut.
I love that the things they always are seeking have like voices and they're like spooky.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I see. Like
Yes.
how you read it is how like in my mind I read every single thing, like the mask, the harp,
Terrifying voices.
the cauldron.
Yes, like hissing.
And like a whisper.
Chapter 37. Amren screams, no! And her fist begins to pound on the door, lit with an unearthly magical glow. Okay, I don't know about you, but the most terrifying part of this whole scene is how SJM has Amren screaming. Like, if Tiny Ancient One is scared, we're
It's
fucked.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we are dying.
No,
in
done.
this moment.
It's done for it. Truly. Even as I was rereading, and I was like, oh no, it's bad.
You're like, maybe they die. And you're like,
and then the door opens. But this is not a victory, as a flood of icy, breathtaking water rushes in, knocking Feyre momentarily off of her feet. Feyre manages to get her legs underneath her and her head above water, and she sees Amren with an arm outstretched, holding the door open. Feyre fights her way through the flow of water, through the archway, just as Amren's arm seems to collapse, and the door slams shut behind them. Okay. This next part is like, so Feyre grabs Amren, like the water is rushing. It's like coming up to her chest, and she grabs Amren and hoists her above her head onto her shoulders and begins to wade through the water.
chicken fight.
Yes, like a chicken.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Oh,
I love the classic childhood pool game of chicken.
Yeah.
Like, I was dying.
she's like, hold on, Amren. Here we go.
Literally. And she's like holding on to Amren's side. She's like, I'm like, they should play chicken. They would probably win. They've had some like experience here. From here, they try to push their way through the flooding water, trying to make it through the hall and back up the stairs when a massive wave overwhelms them, covering both of them. And the door at the top of the stairs slides shut.
Fuck.
This part was terrifying.
Yeah. First read too. You're like, how the fuck?
What's gonna happen?
Reese must come save them.
Yeah, it fucking doesn't. Feyre releases Amren, and both females swim to the door, beating on it, slicing with talons and fingernails, hurling magic at it, all to no avail. And as Feyre feels her lungs seize, she sees the light in Amren's pounding, frantic fists begin to gutter and flicker. And then the door opens and 3 water wraiths appear, snatching Feyre and Amren and hurtling with them through the ocean until they break through the waves and Feyre can feel sweet, precious air on her face. As she pukes and gasps, Feyre sees the wraiths staring at her and they hiss, quote, "Our sister's debt is paid."
Why do they have to be so ugly? Why can't they ever be pretty mermaids?
They're described as beautiful, but like odd.
I thought they had like pointy teeth.
I think they have like terrifying teeth and like, but then their faces are beautiful.
What is with SJM and teeth? Like iron teeth, sharp, pointy teeth, stubs for teeth.
There is a witch in Crescent City who has, I just was reading about it, and she is described as having a steel manicure.
Iron teeth witches.
Iron teeth witches! I'm actually jealous that you get to read Crescent City third. I wish I'd read Throne of Glass first because I'm like, there's also, I'm like, does this give anything away? No. There's also like a pack of wolf shapeshifters. They're called the Pack of Devils, but their emblem is a wolf with horns.
What's a wolf with horns? Oh, Tamlin. Which would lead you to believe Lysandra and Adian with their baby?
I'm actually like, I think you're going to like Crescent City so much more than I did on a first read because you're going to be like, wait, right.
Oh, because I've read the other two.
When I read and it's talking about this one witch and then it's like her like steel nails or her like metallic manicure or whatever, I was like, stop.
Iron teeth witches.
Yes.
Oh, the 13.
Stop. Oh, we're not
I
going to cry once today. That's right. We can't cry again. Okay. Talk about playing the long game here. Way to go, Feyre. Both females swim the last few yards to shore, collapsing onto the sand. Finally, fashionably late, RHYSAND appears, asking what the hell happened to both of them.
His time management skills.
Oh, he's described as kind of like using his toe and like nudging at Feyre on the sand. Like, what happened here? Yeah, you're all wet and you smell bad.
Amren's like,
oh, she's like a wet cat. Like she's like spitting and kissing, and she's like, "Where were you?"
Oh, classic.
He says he didn't feel anything down the bond, and Amren, as I say, practically spitting and hissing like a wet cat, says that the magic of quote that place probably blocked it, and that they nearly drowned. Reese's eyes momentarily flickered, and then he asked them if they got the book. I know Reese.
No, fucker, we didn't.
Like, I know Reese is a Ravenclaw, but I think like his moon rising is Slytherin because this is very just like, but like, did you do it?
Did you win?
Yeah, they confirm, and Reese tells them that good. They've set off every alarm, every warding enchantment in the entire city, and then he grabs them, winnowing straight to the townhome in Bellaris. More, Cassian and Azriel stare in confusion at the sopping wet Feyre and Amren and the leather-clad RHYSAND. Amren asks Feyre, how? With the water wraiths. Like, what happened here? And Feyre explains how she had gifted a water wraith some jewelry in the spring court to help pay their tithe. And with this, Amren begins to chuckle. And soon, she is belly laughing. And then Feyre joins her. It is no surprise that the first time that we hear Amren laugh is after she's faced mortal danger, near drowning, and menacing ancient enchantments.
Tracks.
This is like when she and Feyre like really bond. Like it's described as like they finish laughing and RHYSAND is like, ladies. And like
oh, you're still here?
Right. And Amren like stands up and like grabs Feyre's hand and like squeezes it warmly. She's like, like, I think she gets a little bit of respect for Feyre. She's like, all right, girl, like you got some teeth.
I see you.
Yeah, totally. Finally, the girls get over their giggles and the moment has come. Feyre takes out the box. Hello, liar. It purrs. She asks it to open, and the book begins to respond with riddles. Like calls to like, made and unmade. And in her frustration, Feyre presses her hand into the box, her hodgepodge of magic tumbling into it. Ice, wind, fire, night. And the box, whispering, Curse Breaker, opens. First off, it's not a book. It's described as thin metal sheets bound together with 3 rings. So, like, I'm envisioning a binder with a strange foreign language carved into the sheets. Oh,
I just want to also say that like the women in these books get like the short straw every time something needs retrieving or someone needs saving or there's like some tap. Yeah, like even Elaine, which I mean, I hate doing that because I hate Elaine. But like even when they're like, use your seer stuff, we have to like find it. And then all the things. I mean, Nesta has to go get all these freaking things.
All that. She's on a freaking treasure hunt.
Rude.
Yeah.
Men.
Males. They all look at the book, and Amren tells them it's a language from another world. And this is where RHYSAND jumps in, saying that this language, this book, was created by a race of mighty beings who were once here, who feared the cauldron, and created the book as a counterweight to it. Beings who were here and then left.
The Valg.
I think what he's saying is like it's Amren, like who she was, because she understands the book. And this is,
but I feel like Amren could have been Valg.
Well, and he said like they're like great beings who were here and left, but they're good because they created the book as a counterweight to the cauldron. Like they were like, there's too much power in the cauldron. The book needs to kind of act as like a check and balance. I don't know.
But if you have the book, you can have the cauldron, and if you have both,
He says it was a gamble that Amren might be able to read it, but apparently one that has paid off. As Amren stares at the book, war raging throughout her eyes, Rhys adds that he also thought it might contain the magic necessary to free her. He says he didn't tell her his suspicions because he didn't want to get her hopes up. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, this is Rhys's pattern of withholding information. Like,
his flaw.
Yes, he was pretty sure Amren was going to be able to read this book. He was pretty sure it was going to be in a language that only she could read. But he doesn't tell her that. Like, he's just like, oh, yeah, we'll send Amren. And then also that he thinks it'll have, like, magic to free her. It's a little bit of this, like, ego that he's like, I know best.
But we see this in Aelin and Throne of Glass, and we do not falter for it. We kind of love her because of it. I do anyways.
She has plans and she doesn't let everybody else
No, she withholds information. She makes all these plans. And then when it works out, she's like, see,
I had this all planned. But I'd have to be rereading Throne of Glass to be totally sure in this. Do we think that part of that is because when Amren withholds information, she has to? Because if she told Aelin. Because if she told people, then they would not let her because they're afraid for her, or they would, whatever. So she just goes and does all the stuff because it has to get done. Like this, if RHYSAND had told Amren, like, oh, and it's in a language that I think you know, I don't think that would have changed anything for her. Like, she would have been more excited. And yeah, maybe her hopes would have been let down if she didn't read it. But like, it almost feels a bit like
he's coddling her a little bit, or like being like, you can't handle it.
Yeah, like a bit
like when he does it with Feyre.
Because this, again, like, I think this is a pattern of behavior. We adore RHYSAND, but this whole like withholding information when he used Feyre as a pawn earlier, and then withholds this from Amren, and then obviously what happens in book 5. Anyway, and Amren, you can see in that moment, she's like, she also is not sure. Like, Cassian is described as like, his hand kind of goes to his sword. Like, he's like, what's
like Cassian's going to fight Amren.
Yeah, like no one.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Points one like clawed finger at him, and he just like withers to the ground.
Like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Amren thanks RHYSAND and then brings the inner circle up to speed on what went down at the summer court. And as she does, Feyre catches Rhys's eyes and sends a thought down the bond. Quote, to the dreams that are answered. Rhys responds, quote, to the huntress who remembered to reach back for those less fortunate, and water wraiths who swim very, very fast.
That's kind of it, though. Like, where is the summer court as it relates to the spring court? And how fast I thought they also lived in a lake.
I think that they can just live in like any body of water. But like maybe they have like a
connection,
so they can all talk to each other.
So there wasn't the same group of wraiths that were in the spring court.
They just said our sister's debt is paid. So
Maybe they all sisters.
I was
Like
gonna say maybe like
sisters.
coming up.
Yeah, like that. Sisters.
Yeah, I think it's like that.
All right. Fine. Hot takes, theories, and thirsts. Our girl over these chapters is dripping in pearls. The belt around her first dress. Tarquin's mention that she is a pearl. Then there's pearls in her hair. And let us not forget the ring.
You're right.
I don't know. This whole thing about like pearls forming from something hardening around, like something that's broken or damaged. I really am like loving this metaphor. And it's like, I need to pay attention now if we get more of it as the book goes on. Yeah.
I agree.
Because obviously the ring carries on throughout, but like, I wonder if there's more mentions of pearls, like you said earlier, because it's the ocean and summer court.
Yeah.
Or if it continues throughout the book and like throughout the series, because I don't remember ever clocking it.
Yeah, me neither.
Not that I clocked much in the first book, but like, or the first read, but like, yeah, it was interesting.
Yes, I agree.
I also don't love pearls.
No, like I have a opera length string of pearls that I love to wear for like a special occasion, but it's not like pearl isn't it's not even a semi-precious stone, but it's not something I have that's incorporated into a lot of my jewelry.
Yeah, no. Or like, I agree. Okay.
Or clothing, yeah.
But yeah, like there was so many pearls in my chapter specifically. I was like, what is happening here? And I never thought about it before.
Yeah.
And rose gold in the summer court. Which I was like, okay, like warm.
Maybe it's
kind of like
the
pinks.
vibe.
Yeah. The vibe of the summer court.
Oh, the vibe of the summer court is just like a vacation. Yeah.
Further to your belief that there's a redemption arc for Under the Mountain, it is always capitalized.
Yes,
and the courts are always capitalized.
Yeah. It's a proper noun.
This is something. Like, because even now that like Under the Mountain is like
doesn't exist anymore.
Yes. Whenever they reference it, it's always capital U, capital M.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're right. Is it Dusk Court? Dawn? Dusk? You're right, just early.
I was just gonna say that. Hey, I am obsessed with this.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Because like as I'm reading this, I'm like,
yeah.
Because it's over. Like it doesn't have like a pivotal role to play.
But they're still talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, do you want to hear what Google has to say?
Sure.
In a court of thorns and roses war, the Dusk Court was a hidden realm that became intertwined with the Prism Island, a mountainous barren place where dangerous fae were held. Theorized that the Dusk Court's territory merged or was near the current Night Court's mountainous regions, potentially linked to the Prism's mountain, or even sacred Ramiel. I don't know what that is. Suggesting it's connected to a mountain, but distinct from under the mountain.
I'm like, you don't know what Ramiel? I said Ramiel, I think.
Yeah.
Shocker that you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Crescent City Reddit, they say.
Wait, Jamie, spoilers. I don't want her to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No Crescent City spoilers that are too obvious.
For you to like, I think you're not. Yes. I wish I'd read it in order.
There's the thing.
Okay, wait, I must know.
Oh, you want me to go back?
Whisper it to me. Or show me on your thing.
On your thing, on your electronic device.
On that computer. Not wrong, just early. Oh my God. Jamie, how did you come up with that?
I'm just a genius. Thirsting for Tarquin.
Yes.
Woof. Yes, Allie. Oh, Allie loves. I was going to say, is he too good for our morally gray girlies?
Yes, he is. He's so sweet.
Truly, he has the most green flags of any male or man in this whole series.
I like comparing him. I'm like,
like Helion is a cad.
Oh, yeah.
I felt sick reading that they were going to like
do bad things.
Yes.
Betray him.
He's being so sweet to them.
In my mind, he's like a 20-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Well, he's only 80 after all.
That's right.
It's not our
practically in diapers.
Not our 500-year-old morally gray man.
Yeah. Yeah, I still like him, even if he is, to your point, like maybe a bit boring because he feels a bit one-dimensional. I still really like him.
I'm also not a fan of like, he's too nice or he's too good. I mean, like, too good and too nice are not for me, but like, they should be.
If my therapist had anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Baroness Fun sketch when it's like, oh, did you want to fight? She's like, yeah, just a little bit. She's like, oh, that's fine. Is that okay? Yeah, no. Lots of people want to fight. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's like a checkout lady, and she's like trying to return something. She's like, that's fine, and she looks like disappointed. She's like, oh, did you want to have a bit of a fight about it? She's like, I did a little bit. She's like, that's fine. People want that all the time. We have a little fight. She's like, really, just a little one? She's like, yeah. She's like, no, you can't return. She's like, fine. Yeah.
That's funny.
Sometimes I need a little fight.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, because obviously he's gorgeous and like, I do like him a lot. And he's kind and like, yeah.
I do love that he sends blood rubies. Like, if you want to talk about him maybe getting a little bit, not mean, but like vindictive, that's a hell of a message. Like, blood rubies, one for, like, there's 3 for all of them. Like, oof.
Does Cassian already have one?
I don't know. Or was he just banned?
I know, but like, I thought the whole thing was if you like piss off the court, they send you a blood ruby.
Yeah.
You're like pissing off a lot of people.
But blood ruby is not just say like, we're mad at you. Blood ruby is like, we'll kill you, like dead on sight.
Oh.
And I think Cassian is not.
He just has a lifetime ban.
He just is not allowed to come back. And
for reasons we won't talk about.
Right. He can do no wrong.
I love Cassian.
I do love Cassian. I did wish the Duke would play me.
Oh, you know who I kind of think that the Duke would play? Eris. Because again, it's that I just like that.
But Eris has like red hair.
Yeah. I know. I could suspend my imagination.
I suspend just like Cassian is dirty blonde,
right?
Forever.
Okay. I suspended it for worse. I'm just saying, like, the Duke in my head is so good at playing that like villainous good guy. And I'm like, oh, I feel like that's going to be Eris.
Anyway.
Also on the steps in Bridgerton.
Oh my god, everything. I just rewatched all of Bridgerton.
All the seasons?
Yeah.
Season 1. On the steps, I was like, whoa, what is happening here?
I could only ever do season 1.
Her dress, and I'm just like, sir.
I could only ever. No, season 1.
All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about? No? All right. That's where we're pressing pause. Not because we want to, but because the story is about to start behaving badly. And frankly, we need a moment to recover.
I can't wait. Line. When we return, I was so excited. I was just like, okay. When we return, expect choices with consequences, tension turned up to an irresponsible level, and scenes that make you stare at the page like, sir, was that necessary? It was, and we thank you.
We want to hear from you as we continue to build this little corner of our world and fall in love as we dive into fantastical worlds, fabulous folklore, and fine males and men. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at A Court of Books and Babes Pod. Oops. Also YouTube. And please take 5 minutes to rate and review our podcast on Apple or Spotify and share it with all the babes in your life.
Until next time,
stay bookish, babes.
Well,